Hello, this is QTV News and I am Omudu Gajaga. We are broadcasting from our studios along Caraba Avenue. Thank you for joining us. First, a look at our main news headlines. Barely 3 months after the death of at least 69 children in the Gambia from acute kidney injury, the government of India has said that the 4 cough syrups linked to child death complied with their own safety specifications when tested. Following an announcement by President Adama Barrow that he would appoint administrative governors for both the Kanifing municipality and Banjul city, the mayor of Kanifing Municipal Council, Talib Ahmed Bensouda, convened a general council meeting to react to the proposed decision. The National Public and Environmental Health Council, which was established in 2019, was inaugurated by the Ministry of Health. The Gambia Fire and Rescue Services held a graduation ceremony on Friday for 30 personnel who underwent 2 weeks training on fire investigations and road traffic accidents. And in sports news, Morocco's World Cup success story is a tale of how a decade-long football development plan evolved and paid off. Those were the main news headlines, and now the news in detail. Welcome and thank you for joining us. This is QTV News. Barely 3 months after the death of at least 69 children in the Gambia from acute kidney injury, the government of India has said that the 4 cough syrups linked to child deaths complied with their safety specifications when tested. Julden Jai has the rest of the details.
The Indian government informed its parliament that the controlled samples of 4 cough syrups that allegedly led to the death of 69 children in the Gambia were found to be of good quality. Mr. Kubba, Union Minister of State for Chemical and Fertilizer, told Indian lawmakers that the samples were also found negative for both diethylene glycol and ethylene glycol. India's drug regulator said the WHO has not provided any evidence yet. The alarm was raised after the World Health Organization issued an alert on the deaths of dozens of Gambian children linked to the contaminated cough and cold syrups produced by an Indian company, Maiden Pharmaceuticals Limited, in October of this year. The WHO said it had tested samples of the syrups promethazine oral solution, Cofex Melan baby cough syrup, Mecof baby cough syrup, and Maghrib and cold syrup, and found that they contain unacceptable amounts of chemicals that can damage the brain, lungs, liver, and kidneys of those who take them. The tragedy made headlines around the world and raised numerous questions, leading to a range of actions and responses from the governments and various agencies that include suspension of sales of the 4 brands of paracetamol syrups by the Gambian government. Gambian lawmakers have also launched a parliamentary inquiry into acute deaths to unearth the circumstances surrounding the incident. The Gambia government has since announced the formation of a commission of inquiry to investigate the death of the children. It is said the commission has submitted its report, but its conclusions have not yet been made public. Reacting to the Indian government's decision to absolve the manufacturing company of any blame, Dr. Peter Adebayo Adewoye, resident advisor of Gambia's Field Epidemiology Training Program, who has been keeping track of the developments in a story on media site TRT, is quoted as saying, "The greatest proof we have of the Indian company's involvement is that since we withdrew its drugs, we haven't had a single case. The tainted drugs and the tragic deaths of children has greatly impacted the reputation of India's annual $42 billion drug manufacturing industry." This is not the first time the company has faced claims of manufacturing substandard drugs. In 2014, the company was subjected to a criminal case in India. Following the statement by the Indian government, the WHO has issued a statement saying it stands by its action that the Indian-made cough syrups are the likely cause of the deaths and the contaminated syrups are dangerous and should not be in any medicine ever. For QTV News, I am Julden Jai.
Now, following an announcement by President Adama Barrow that he would appoint administrative governors for both the Kanifing Municipal Council and Banjul City in January 2023, the mayor of the Kanifing Municipal Council, Talib Ahmed Bensouda, on Thursday convened a general council meeting to react to the proposed decision. Babakar Sise attended and filed this report.
President Barrow made the announcement on Sunday during the Meet the People tour rally at the Bova Zone in Talending.
Si region si ñu ngi am ay gouverneur su ñoo am meeting lu ñoo def ak gouverneur yi ñoo ko doxal foofu boo ñëwee rek seen government fu mu nekk ni 2023 lu ñoo wax administrateur loolu la ñoo appoint KMC fi mooy nekk gouverneur KMC balaa end of January dinañ appoint administrateur government institution yi yëpp kooku mooy nekk seen head kooku nag président la moo represent fii dina am KMC dina am Banjul.
At the General Council meeting, Mayor Bensouda responded, backing his claims with the law.
On the issue of decentralization, devolution of power, and the existence of councils with mayors and not governors. As far as I know, there is no law that exists. The last amendment, 2006-2007, states that except the city of Banjul and KMC, all other regions should have a governor.
On the inauguration of the new KMC office complex, the president said government was sidelined.
Minister bi wax na fii ñoom seen office boobu fu nga xam ne mooy seen office bu ees masak nguur gi moo ko samp waaye buñ ko ubbi dañ ko politicize nangu ñoo invite government office boobu du office yi UDP office yi Gambia la te nguur gi moo def foofu xaalisam yow ku def xaalisam boobu nangu loo invite ko nga bàyyi ko foofu noonu.
Mayor Bensouda had a different take on the situation.
In the opening of this building, we indeed invited the Minister of Local Government, who did not show up. So I think I just wanted to, for the record, set that record straight. I'm also disappointed to the fact that the Ministry of Lands and Local Government, or the minister himself, declared that KMC was one of the dirtiest municipalities, which I think is a very unfortunate comment. For one, the minister did visit this general body, I think 2-3 months back, and declared in this general body that KMC was way ahead of all regions as far as waste management services.
After listening to these ward councillors, it appears that the KMC chamber is divided, with some councillors taking opposing sides on the matter.
Our subventions are yet to be paid. Last year, council was given $2 million, and I believe our budget was $200 million. Without government or the central government, council is still prevailing. Mayor is bringing projects, and the whole country appreciates the work we are doing.
If the minister and the president stated that government, he didn't say I have, he said government, and that's the hard fact. We have three sides of a story. Our story, their story, and the truth is known to those who want to know.
Despite both parties sending clear messages, the mayor's concluding remarks provide some food for thought.
To the local government minister and to the head of state, this council stands ready to serve the Gambian people. And as far as that is what they are ready to do, we will always work with them hand in glove to bring development to this tiny country.
Babakar Sise, QTV News.
The National Public and Environmental Health Council, which was established in 2019, was inaugurated on Thursday by the Ministry of Health. Julden Jai reports.
In 2016, the Public and Environmental Health Council Act was passed by the National Assembly and assented to by President Adama Barrow. A committee comprising council members from various stakeholders was also constituted in 2019, including the chairman, registrar and administrator for its effective functioning. Mohamed Lamin Jaite, permanent secretary at the Ministry of Health, spoke on behalf of the Minister of Health.
My ministry has high expectations for the public health cadre, and it recognizes it as an important segment of the health system. Therefore, we will continue the crusade of equipping staff with the required knowledge, skills, and tools to combat the common enemies, i.e., diseases of public health importance, by supporting in the execution of their functions.
Mr. Jaite further stated that with support, people can win the crusade against diseases of public health importance. Jibril Sumbunu, chairman of the Public and Environmental Health Council, says as a council, they appreciate the magnitude of the task that they have been assigned.
Over the years, of course, they've been managed together with other civil servants using the general orders and other government regulations. But there's never been a regulatory authority for the public health cadre. As a council, we know that our work has already been cut out for us. However, the wealth of experience and the diversity of specialties within the council is impressive.
Musa Kamara, the registrar of the Public and Environmental Health Council, states the importance of public health and believes that through strong partnerships, engagement and coordination, people can attain the sustainable development goals for health.
The expensiveness of quality of healthcare service delivery should also enable government to prioritize investing more in health. Health is very expensive. We are therefore advocating for Ministry of Finance to ensure that public health, because public health is empowered, public health is given that due cognizance and financing to ensure that there is less investment in the procurement of drugs to treat patients, because patients last at the hospitals, and what will minimize the spending of government is to ensure that there is prevention.
Public health officers are responsible for protecting the public's health by investigating disease outbreaks, monitoring public health trends, and educating the public on how to stay healthy. Public health officers either work directly with patients or focus on research and policy development. In both cases, their goal is to ensure everyone has access to clean water, safe food, proper sanitation, and other necessities of life. For QTV News, I am Julden Yai.
Well, that story takes us to a commercial break, and when we return, we still have some more local, international news stories as well. Do stay tuned.
Step into the Espas Motors showroom for your luxurious name brand vehicle. Located along the Bertil Harding Highway, Espas Motors is the Gambia's authorized dealer for Chery, Kia, Ford, and now we bring you the new Peugeot Model 3008 SUV. 18-inch alloy wheels, 216 inches high ground clearance, keyless entry system, start and stop button, rear parking assistance system with reverse camera, adaptive cruise control with speed limit, LED daytime running lights, front and side airbags, 8-inch HD touchscreen. Not to forget our exquisite Peugeot Landtrek double cabin pickup with 2.1-liter diesel engine, 6-speed manual transmission 4x4, hill descent control, LED daytime running lights. Espas Motors, the authorized dealer for Peugeot. Visit us today or call us on 35-2222 or 353-4444.
Inco Home Choice ya kenun ne serung adiate la kiliano le ninang fanay nata kotenke aning 10% discount hade 10% discount si inco la bagaso bagasang Gambia banko kanjang na dinkral beto kabo December karo tilifolo kata fo December fadula ye construction bagaso sotalienne generator, welding tools, aluminium tools, carpentry tools, water pumps, electrical tools, plumbing tools, safety equipment kata fo pususol, washing machines aning garden tools ñin bagasi jama albe sola la menna pour kadu ko kala watali bari kata bakalita Inco Home Choice jibe ibale Jimpex wala liye ko man ñin nombato 7398863 wala birkama 3039300 wala Senegambia 3296967 wala fani sukota ñin nombato 3417619 Inco Home Choice ñul na tele pour ka jamano dahani.
Welcome back, and thank you very much if you're just joining us. This is QTV News. The Gambia Fire and Rescue Services held a graduation ceremony on Friday for 30 personnel who underwent 2 weeks training on fire investigations and road traffic accidents. The training was supported and administered by France Paris Brigade. Antoine Sonyasi reports.
Participants were selected from various GFRS departments and stations across the country. The 2-week course saw them undergo highly technical training on firefighting techniques, fire investigations, and on responding to road traffic accidents. Supported by the French government and facilitated by the officers of the Paris Brigade, this is the first GFRS capacity building training administered by the French. GFRS Chief Fire Officer Sanko Lindau and Camille Fournier, the project manager of French cooperation in the Gambia, hope this partnership will lead to future collaborations. They commended their respective governments for ensuring the successful implementation of a 2-week training program, which they say will contribute immensely to strengthening the capacity of fire officers in the Gambia.
This was achieved through the support of French Embassy in Dakar, Senegal, who works tirelessly and facilitate this capacity building training program with the France government and General Commandant Brigadier de Support de Pompiers de Paris.
I hope that this training that has been a very rich experience for you all, and that all the exchanges you had with Mr. Lang and Mr. Richard have been very instructive for the reinforcement of the Gambia Fire and Rescue Service capacities. I hope that other action like this one will be able to take place in the near future, and that the dynamic that has been engaged will be kept for future collaboration in order to strengthen our partnership. On the name of the French Chargé d'Affaires, let me tell you my pride to be here among such honorable attendants to represent the French cooperation in the Gambia and participate to this graduation ceremony.
Jibril Low, DPS Ministry of Interior, and Sergeant Chef Sylvain Richard stressed their appreciation at the successful implementation of the training program. They both reiterated their commitment to strengthening the relationship between the two countries.
This training is made possible through the bilateral cooperation between the government of the Gambia and the government of France. And it came at the right time, especially due to the rapid and modern infrastructural development taking place in this country, our motherland, the Gambia. And also as the government embark on security sector reform.
The firefighters all over the world are part of a big family, entirely devoted to save lives, and you are no exception to this. Even if we are not always confronted to the same risks in our respective services, we hope that this cooperation will help you increase your operational capacity.
On behalf of the participants, GFRS Training School Station Officer Omar Wai Sanyang thanked the governments of France and the Gambia, as well as the GFRS leadership, for giving them the opportunity to enhance their capacities. Meanwhile, participants presented gifts in a gesture symbolizing their appreciation to their French trainers. The Gambia Fire and Rescue Services was created as a unit of the police in 1949 by the Fire Brigade Act of 1948 to provide effective emergency response services and quality prevention and education programs that will minimize the loss of life and property resulting from fires and other emergency situations. Antoine Sonyasi for QTV News.
Now from that story to some sports news. Morocco's World Cup success story is a tale of how a decade-long football development plan evolved and paid off. Football infrastructure, technical enhancement and massive funding from the government were the catalyst. More in this report. Morocco lost to defending champions France 2-0 in their Wednesday's World Cup semi-final to cap a football success story of being the first African and first Arab country to reach this far. The Moroccan Football Federation became intentional about the nation's football ecosystem and immediately moved to secure support of King Mohammed VI over a decade ago. Grassroots football, women's football and sustainable funnel of footballing talents were the focus. A national football academy was set up, the King Mohammed VI Football Academy in Sal, near Rabat, while Moroccan talents in the diaspora were unearthed via a network of scouts around the world. Sevilla forward Yusuf El Nasri, Angas Azzedine Unai, and West Ham centre-back Nayef Agoud was two notable products of the Mohammed VI Football Academy, an academy that has become a source of talent for European clubs. Results achieved through these investments by government and executed by the Football Federation are as follows. Morocco won the African Nations Championship, known as CHAN, which only features African-based players. For the first time, they reached the final of the Women's AFCON, losing to eventual champion South Africa, but knocked out favorite Nigeria in the semi-finals. Morocco club Wydad Casablanca won the CAF Champions League this year. The women's team also won the Champions League. In 2021, Morocco spent $21 million on development of women's football. The training complex had 8 FIFA standard fields, including 1 indoor pitch in a climate-controlled building, 4 5-star hotels, and a medical center with a dentist. This complex houses the Mohammed VI Football Academy and has also been lauded by FIFA as a show of dedication to football development. Morocco's World Cup is a great story for every football lover. However, it's an achievement born of through preparation and proper planning rather than luck or fairy tale. With over a decade of investment, the Moroccan Football Federation has worked its way up the football ladder. Omodu Gajaga, QTV News. Now, before we end this news bulletin, here is a recap of our main news headlines. Barely 3 months after the death of at least 69 children in the Gambia from acute kidney injuries, the government of India has said that the 4 cough syrups linked to the child deaths have complied with their own safety specifications when tested. Following an announcement by President Adama Barrow that he would appoint administrative governors for both the Kanifing municipality and Banjul city, the mayor of Kanifing Municipal Council, Talib Ahmed Bensouda, convened a general council meeting to react to the proposed decision. The National Public and Environmental Health Council, which was established in 2019, was inaugurated by the Ministry of Health. The Gambia Fire and Rescue Services held a graduation ceremony on Friday for 30 personnel who underwent 2 weeks training on fire investigation and road traffic accidents. And in sports news, Morocco's World Cup success story is a tale of how a decade-long football development plan evolved and paid off. Well, that's all in this edition of the news. Thank you very much for watching, and join us tomorrow for more news.